Hey guys, what's going on? It's Diddy Dums from Marvel Contest of Champions, and recently a lot of people have been asking me about the best ways to level up your champions, and that's really a long process. And so what I decided to do is make a couple of videos in a couple different parts that will best explain the different ways to collectively allow you to rank up your champions to the best levels possible. So that being said, let's take a look at some of the champions that I have. And a lot of this is going to be just me kind of explaining what to do and the best process on how to do it. So again, if you're newer to the game, you're going to want to be getting your 2 stars up to an optimal level, and I'll call this part 1. This will be the optimal level for your champions. And for the 3-star event, you're going to want to have your 2 stars up first. Even if you do get a 3-star character, or if you're lucky enough to get a 4-star champion, don't worry about leveling them up so much. If you want to progress in the game the best way without having to spend a whole lot of money, you're going to have to earn your 3 stars through the 3-star event. And the best way to do that is by leveling up your 2 stars. And the optimal level for your 2-star champions is going to be rank 3, level 1. And now I say rank 3, level 1, and the maximum champion that you're going to face in the arena for the 3-star event is going to be a rank 330 champion. And at that point, you want to be able to, beat them pretty easily, and rank 3, level 1 is the best way to do that. And I want to show you real quick, a big note that the Kabam does send out, and it'll definitely help you. Now, this is the event for Iron Fist, and it's not too important at the beginning, but the details are important. And really just the first line is really what you have to focus on. Opponents with higher PI will award more points. Don't worry about the rest of it, but what you have to take away is opponents with higher PI will award more points. So what that means is if you have a rank 330 maxed out 2-star champion, and you're going against a rank 330 2-star champion, you're not going to get as many points as you would with a rank 3 level 1 champion going against a rank 330 champion. So what your goal should be is to get your rank 2s up to rank 3 level 1 or rank 220. Personally, I like rank 3-1 a little bit better because you do have the capability of having that 3rd special in there, as well as just being able to have a little bit stronger of a champion. You'll find certain characters you could get away with it, but I would stick with rank 3 level 1, and you'll be able to get the best amount of points without having too much of a struggle with a rank 330 opponent. And when you're leveling up your groups of 2 stars, you really do want to do it. And I'll go into, my versus mode, the 3-star mode, the event, and just show you again when you're looking at your champions. You're only going to have in the beginning, 3 or 4 teams max. So you want to level all of your champions evenly as well. So that being said, if my first team was, a Drax, Star-Lord, and Gamora utilizing their synergy bonuses, I would want to have them all at an even level, because if I just focus on leveling 1 all the way to 3, rank 3-1, and then the other 2 of my team are only rank 1 level 1 or rank 110 or even 215, whatever, it's all based on your collective team PI. Meaning, if you have a total PI of X, you're going to get a battle with a higher opponent. So even though you'll have one strong opponent, your 2 other ones are going to be weaker, and you'll probably lose your streak because you're going to get a more difficult opponent. So you really want to level them all evenly, and I always group it in 10s is how I would say it. So if we're focusing on our 3 characters, Gamora, Star-Lord, and Drax, I would get 1 to rank 110, then your 2nd character to rank 110, 3rd character rank 110, level them all up, go 210, 210, 210, then go 220, 220, 220, then rank 3-1 on all of them. And that's how I would do it for the 2 stars. That should definitely help you do better in the 3-star event and maximize the points that you can get. It is a little bit different with the 3-star or the 4-star event, utilizing your 3-star and your 4-star characters that you have. Now, Kabam is eventually going to come out with a 5-star champion, and that said, you still definitely do not want to max out your 3 stars, because eventually you figure, and this is me speculating, but many people have said this as well, that you don't want to max out your 3 stars because eventually, you're going to have an event like the 3-star event currently where you utilize just the 3-star characters. So I would say the optimal level for your 3-star characters would be rank 4, level 1. Now, you could definitely do it in different phases, but again, I have teams for my 3 stars, and I would go by the ranks of 10, get them rank 1, 10, 210, 220, 310, 320, 330, and that would be the best way to level up your characters. Now, it is a little bit different with the 4-star event too, because you do want a couple of lower 3 stars. In this case, I have Miss Marvel, Cyclops, Spider-Man, and Wolverine. If you've seen my 4-star guide event, you do want a couple of lower level 3-star characters to even out that opponent or your team's PI to garner a weaker opponent. Now, for 4 stars, the optimal level is very different. As I've mentioned before, I haven't competed in any alpha events. I've never had the luxury of obtaining an alpha. So you can get them all to level 220, and the problem there with that is that you're going to face much more difficult opponents. And that being said, if you're on the increased AI for this event has been a big one, if you've noticed, for the common players. But if you'll notice that around streak 8 or 9, you're facing a lot more difficult opponents with your gold characters. If you've been utilizing them, you'll find that you run into a 330 or a 440. Now, what has been discovered from the W Bros testing teams is an actual optimal level for your 4-star character is really rank 1, level 1. And the reasoning behind that, you'll see my Juggernaut, Miss Marvel, and Wolverine are all at that rank 1 level. Obviously, my Wolverine is duplicated, which is why his PI is a little higher. But the matchups you'll get are going to be significantly lower. And when I say significantly lower, you're still going to have a hard and difficult opponent. But the difference is you're not going up against that 440 Hulk that's duplicated, or the 440 Juggernaut that's duplicated and is a gold star character. Instead, you'll actually sometimes face a 3-star character, which when you have a 4-star character makes life way easier because they have a lot less health than you, and it'll just be an easier battle going into it, and you'll receive the same reward. There's a common misconception that if you have a 3-star character going against a 4-star character, you get more points, or if you have a 4-star character going against a 3-star character, you'll receive less points. That is a myth. It is entirely based off of PI, so you really do actually want to keep your 4 stars pretty low until you do have a bunch of alphas and a bunch of ISO, so that you could take on, even a 5-5, character, because otherwise you're going to run into a little bit of trouble, and it's going to be a harder battle. Still you're going to have harder battles with the lower rank 1-1, but you will face a lot more 3 stars, which will allow you to win a little bit more easier. So this is part 1 of, I'm not entirely sure how many, maybe 3, maybe 2, we'll see, but this is part 1, and this is optimal levels for leveling up your champions in Marvel Contest of Champions. This is Diddy Dom signing off.